And once again, good morning. We welcome you back. The 2025 Perfect Game Avalanche Slam here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Chris Aller with the call. A little bit of issue here this morning getting things kicked off, but we're in gear here. Top of the first frame here, the ZT Prospects 15U national team, the American team, going up against Next Level Baseball. Just to kind of bring you up to speed, 2 outs on the books currently with a runner at first. Knuckles at the 5-hole. Looking at a count here, we'll get that checked in just a moment, but we will bring it to you live throughout the course of the tournament. And again, we welcome you. The 2025 Las Vegas Perfect Game Avalanche Slam. A mixture and blend of new players. Daniel Bedar over at first base holding on the runner in Lesma, and Marquez takes care of business there. So they get the third out, and we'll head to the bottom of the first frame again. Stay with us. We hope you're enjoying things. Starting things off early morning here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the 8 a.m. special. The Prospects will play 2 games, go back-to-back, 8 a.m. and 10. We'll bring it right back with you. Stay with us. Thank you. And bringing you back in here to get things started off here in the bottom of the first frame. 1-0. Next Level able to strike first here on the top of the frame. And we'll head to the bottom half with the ZT National Prospects, the 15U team, the American team. As I mentioned, a blend of different players. All these men now freshmen in high school and getting their high school journeys set in place and in motion here. Winter ball here, get some reps before some of the seasons will pick up after the first of the year, mostly spring ball, depending on what part of the country you're in. Coach Ramirez, always good to see him, Aaron, his son, playing ball. Ramirez, great coach and run a ZT organization out of Houston. Runs a club there. His son Aaron's been playing on the national team. He bounces around and an outstanding player. We'll get to see some action from him today. Peyton Bierfin will be the pitcher of record. The lefty will get a couple more warm-up tosses and we'll be ready to go here. Getting things started off. Ron, your umpire. Mark working on the infield. 2-man operation here as we get this tournament underway here this Saturday here in Las Vegas, Nevada. The 2025 Perfect Game Avalanche Slam. Chris Aller with the call. Stay with us. We'll be ready to roll. Well, bringing you back into live action to get things started off, Aaron Ramirez. A lefty-lefty matchup here to start things this morning for the Prospects in the bottom of the frame. 1-0, Next Level, as I mentioned, striking early on. Pitch on the way. Ball's low, count is 1-0. Conditions beautiful this morning. The backdrop is gorgeous here this time of year in the desert. Pleasant, no wind. And a ball elevated. The count goes to 2-0. Follow our umpire here today. Both gentlemen, one working down the line. Behind the plate is Mark. And that ball's out. And Ramirez staying patient, looking for a pitch here this morning to get things started off here at a count of 3-0. And ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk, and Ramirez will find himself on board. And Mateo Victorio, a.k.a. Monster, will step in, another lefty. Ramirez always a threat on the bases with good speed, and as Victorio will step in. Ledesma over at first base holding on, and an elevated pitch there for Peyton, and the count is 1-0 here to open up with Victorio in the box for the Prospects. Mateo, excellent 2025 summer season in the 15U division. Playing 16U here this weekend, and Ramirez, a lot of shuffling there. Over on the first base side, a long hold pitch on the way. And a ball is up, the count goes to 2-0. Coach Carlos Avila working with the American team as well as the national team, a blend of players, as I mentioned, being in winter ball now. It's just an opportunity for players to get reps here as we get ready to head into the holiday season, finishing up Thanksgiving. Hope you had a wonderful one with you and your families. And Victorio laying off there and looks at a ball. The count is 3-0. Coach Trey down on first base side. Coach Eric Ortiz, the pitching coach, he'll call the pitches for the organization and doing a fine job for ZT Baseball across the franchise. So a toss over the first base side. Puts a tag on Ramirez. He wasn't going anywhere. Peyton, pitcher of record. Nice look straight over to first base. Lots of dancing going on. Pitch on the way. And ball 4, another 4-pitch walk. And time is called. And quick visit out from the catcher, Jake Baca. A word with his guy just to settle things down here this morning. So Victorio on board, 2 runners on board with walks here in the bottom of the first frame, 1-0 score. Next level was able to strike at the top of the frame, and Dylan Mercado will step in. Mercado getting some work in here with the American team. Locked and loaded, and runners at first and second. A lot of shuffling on the defensive side. Pitch on the way. And a strike there. Mercado takes a look. The count is 0-1. Second baseman dancing around. Lots of gaps there on the move. And a ball there. Throw down to third, not in time. And runners will move up on a ball at the plate. So Mercado takes a look, and the count goes to 1-1. Runners at second and third, and Victorio and Ramirez. As Mercado now with an opportunity here with the Prospects with no outs in the bottom of the first. Low on the inside part of the plate, the count goes to 2-1. Once again, you're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game Avalanche Slam here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're at the Arroyo Grande Baseball Complex. Beautiful facility. And a big cut for Mercado, and Griffin will even the count up here at 2-2. Ball there, the count goes full to 3-2. So Mercado taking a look, and Coach Carlos talking to Ramirez down at third with Victorio parked at second. And strike there. Strike three call. Mercado thought he was on board, and strike at the plate. And Ruffing drops one in and will get the K. So one out. Cannon Chef, another member of the American team, joining this weekend. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Top of the order with Ramirez and Victoria, two lefties. As Chef looks at a strike on the inside, the count is 0-1. And a ball cut foul. And the count goes to 0-2. And a ball pulled foul to the right side. A good cut for Chef, and that ball's out of play. And the count holds here at 0-2. A nice view here of Chef at the plate, being a lefty. Moving the cameras around a bit. And a ball's popped up. Center fielder charging here, should have a play underneath, and throw in quickly from center. And no movement off of the bag. So two down, Chef will fly out. And they're going to run for Victorio. Anthony Adame. Adame will step over to second base as Victorio catching for the club. He'll gear up. Two outs, prospects trying to cash in here. Jesse Maddox steps in. Ball on the inside. The count is 1-0. And hit by pitch there. That'll load the bases. Not the way Maddox wanted to get on board. But he'll take it. And gets down the hard way, 90 feet to first. And Daniel Bedar will step in. So an opportunity for Bedar and the prospects here, trying to cash in at least Ramirez at third. With the bases loaded here in the bottom of the frame, 1-0 next level, striking first. So Bedar steps in, takes a look down to the first base coach, and Coach Carlos down at third. It's a deep field here. A pass ball with good speed at third could bring Ramirez over. Bedar looking for a knock. And a good stop behind the dish. The count is 1-0. And a strike outside. Bedar takes a look, and the count evens up at 1-1. And a ball low and out. Bedar laying off. The count goes to 2-1. And a ball elevated, a 3-1 count to Bedar. So Ruffing, the 3-1 count, the base is loaded as Bedar locks back in. Time is called in the box. Bedard will step out, granted at the plate. As I mentioned, our umpires today, Ron and Mark, 3-1 count. And Bedard, they'll go the easy way there. Throw across the deck is in time. And the bases, they stay jacked with everybody on the bags. All stations occupied, and the prospect's not able to convert it. We'll head to the second. 1-0 next level. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So Marquez takes a final warm-up toss. Victoria sends it down to second. And we'll be ready to go here. Mentioned Jason Marquez pitching for the club. Victoria behind the plate. Over on the first base side, Daniel Bedard. At second, Anthony Adami. Third base, Dylan Mercado. Over in the shortstop spot, Aaron Ramirez. Over in left field, Cohen Fuller. Center field, Jesse Maddox. And rounding things out over on the right side, and I'll double check that, looks like Dre Murakami. And a strike at the plate. Count is 0-1. Victoria, my apologies, they're out in right field, rounds it out. Chopped foul at the plate, and the count goes to 0-1. And the six-hitter, the next level team, they'll go 6, 7, 8 here in the top of the second frame. The catcher, Baca, at the plate, an 0-2 count. And a good-looking pitch there, just missing. Marquez thought he may have had it. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. And strike 3 there. Marquez dealing there. Good pitching for Jason, and he'll get the strikeout as the 7-hitter Renato will step in. Renato, the left fielder for next level. I mentioned hitting in the 7 spot. And opens up with a strike. The count is 0-1. So as I mentioned, the ZT Prospects 15U American team gives an opportunity for Coach Carlos to take a look at some top players, and just elevated there, and the count goes to 2-1. A chance to get some reps in for some guys, and as they look to spring 26. And a good pitch there. A lot of these guys will start their seasons right after the first of the year. And strike there, so good location. So Jason makes the adjustment, and we'll go to a full count here at 3-2. Chopper, right side, stays fair. Bedard will handle it himself as D gathers that one, and they'll get their second out. Grounder right to Bedard. And 2 outs on the books will bring up Liam Baca, the Baca brothers. Liam plays right field and swings it as a lefty. And Marquez, good work there, opens up with a strike, and the count is 0-1. And a big cut at the plate, 0-2 count. So Jaston finding his rhythm. And just missing there, the count goes to 1-2. Right side, that'll drop in. It's going to have to be a quick opportunity to throw in, and no play there. Victor will bring it in. And a single on board for Liam Baca. And Longbottom will step in. So Longbottom So a little bit of field maintenance, and obviously the infield umpire just checking the helmet on the runner and was concerned about the padding, which actually makes good sense in relationship to safety for these players, and it's all good. And we'll get back to action here. Marquez will work from the stretch. Bedard holding on at first as Baca over on the first base side. And the count is 1-0. And a cut at the plate. Count goes to 1-1 with 2 outs. Longbottom hitting in the 9-hole. Right side, backing up, shortstop, and in and out of the glove, and a long throw to third. There's time there, and back to second. So now they got to throw home, and a one-hopper. And what ended up looking like a routine play, in and out of the glove at the second base side. And Adami will make that play 10 out of 10 times, and it just jumped out of his glove, and then wheels fell off thereafter, and a run will score. So a couple of opportunities at third, trying back to second, and then back home with obviously knocking the rust off here, winter ball. So we'll end up with a runner at third, 1 over, and it's 2-0 with 2 outs. Rubidoux will step in the 10 spot. Comes in as the designated hitter. And a cut at the plate there. Jaston ball and 2 strikes. Marquez looking to get the Prospects back on the offensive side. A little bit of a squirrely play, and that'll do it. So a little bit of a mishap on a defensive side will put us at 2-0 next level. The Prospects will get on the offensive side. Stay with us. We'll be right back with 2025 Perfect Game. Avalanche Slam here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Chris Schaller with the call. Bringing you back in here, Anthony Adame will lead things off here for the Prospects here in the bottom of the second, chasing a couple of runs here. Anthony and looks there to strike. The count is 0-1. It's a cut. And Adame, well hit ball. So Anthony gets a stroke there over to the right side and gets on board with a single to start things off. And Victor Rea will step in. And once again, we're ready to go here and pitch on the way. And that gets through. Foul ball back to the plate. Counts 0-1. So, Victor Rea looking for an opportunity. Adame back to first. As Peyton takes a look over from the mound. Runner on the go, Adame with good speed, and Anthony immediately down to second. Turned on the afterburners there. Adame moves up 90 feet and stolen bag. The count goes to 1-1. And ends up at second. Count is 2-1. Victor Rea looking for a knock here. Prospects trying to cash one in. Shortstop in tight as he ranges up, and the ball's low. Burfing ready to go here. Takes a look at second. Pitch on the way. And a ball chopped foul, first base side. And the count will go full at 3-2. Another look at second. Pitch on the way. Ball's elevated. Ball 4. So Victor Rea finds himself on board with a walk. And Jack Winnes will step in. So Jack looking for a knock here. Runners at first and second. Prospects had loaded the bags, their last at bat. And we're not able to cash in. So Jack trying to get something going for his guys here in the bottom of the second, trailing by 2. Prospects, as I mentioned, will play 2 games this morning. 8 o'clock game, first one of the day, and the 10 o'clock, they'll go back to back. Adame at second. Runners goes to third, and broken play, and Adame is going to shut it down. Carlos says, no, hold on, as the ball goes deep behind the plate. We're about 30 feet back behind home plate, so a pass ball is certainly not your friend, but quick out of the box there was Baca and able to recover. But runners move up to second and third now as Jack takes a look at a ball. So Victor Rea, we got the helmet police out today. And which is fine. I mean, it makes sense. They want to make sure these guys are safe. You don't want to get hit on the head, and anything with no padding is certainly not going to provide any benefit. So Victor gets a new hat on. He's good to go. Safety first again. Important that umpires pay attention to that as Jack will step back in. The count is 1-0. No outs. Runners at second and third. And the ball is low. The count goes to 2-0. Jack joining this weekend. Get some of his reps in with the American team. As I mentioned, a blend of players here. As Burfing ready to go. And a ball low on the inner third and missing there. The count goes to 3-0. On deck for the Prospects, Cohen Fuller. And a strike there as count goes to 3-1. Chopped foul to the third base side over towards the dugout. And the count will go full at 3-2. So Jack will lock back in. He's got Adame at third, Victor Rea at second. And no outs. And ball's third base side. Adame had to lay it out. As opportunity there. If that would have stayed fair, for sure you would have brought 2 over. And a good poke for Jack as he steps back in. And strike 3 on the inner third gets the call. Jack took a look, and he'll have a seat, and Cohen Fuller will step in. So 1 out, and the Prospects really needing to cash in here. And a visit out to the mound from head coach from Next Level. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Next Level leading this one. Game number 1 of 2 here. As I mentioned, Prospects will go back-to-back this morning here in the 2025 perfect game. Avalanche Grand Slam. Chris Aller with the call. I'll be right back. So Cohen Fuller will step in with one out. Ball low, the count is 1-0. And Fuller takes a cut, fouls it back. Griffin evens the count at 1-1. Perfect conditions so far. Things starting to warm up a bit here this morning. It was a little cool to start things off, and a strike there. Fuller takes a look, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. And Fuller takes a slice and fouls it back. Yes. Fuller just looking for a knock anywhere. Line drive is your friend, gaps to gap. And a 1-2 count holding here. And a ball elevated. The count evens up at 2-2. And upstairs, the count will go full to 3-2. And Fuller takes a cut, fouls it off.
Capitalize, let's go, let's capitalize.
And Fuller, another cut, fouls it back, and Fuller staying active here at a full count. Victor Red, second, Adame at third. High fly ball, center fielder charging forward, should make the play there. And everybody will stay put, and a long throw back in, and Fuller will fly out, and the second out on the books here, and Jason Marquez will step in. The prospects knocking on the doors here, both in the top of the first frame here in the bottom of the second, their second at bat. They stranded 3 their last time around, and with runners at second and third and 2 outs, Jason steps in. And Jason takes a cut, fouls it off to the right side and out of play. Jason, starting pitcher of record, doing a fine job thus far. Looking to try to get a knock for his guys here and put one on board. And a ball just missing out. The count evens up at 1-1. Elevated pitch there, the 2-1 count to Marquez, being patient. strike there. The count evens up at 2-2. A 2-2 count. And the ball is low. The count goes full at 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4, so missing there, and the bases will be loaded again here for the prospects. And Marquez with a good at bat there, being patient, and Aaron Ramirez will step in. They're going to run for the pitcher, Marquez. He'll get off the bags. Cohen Fuller will step over to first base. So Ramirez, lefty-lefty matchup here again. Top of the order, Ramirez. And he'll take a cut there and foul it off. The count is 0-1. And a ball missing out. The count evens up at 1-1. And Ramirez right side, that gets through. Here comes one, rounding is Victor Reyes from second. Fuller to third, and Aaron Ramirez with a well-hit ball to the right side gets through. And 2 runs, so Ramirez will even things up, end up with a single and a 2-run RBI. And Mateo Victorio will step in. So the prospects able to cash in with the bases loaded. Fuller at third, Ramirez at first. And Victorio stepping in. And a ball, the count is 1-0. So Ramirez, they'll let him move up 90 feet to second. And a ball at the plate for Victorio as he locks back in. Fuller at third. A 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the second. And a ball bouncing there. The count's 2-0. 2 outs, bottom of the second. 2s across the board. We're in Vegas. You'd play the 2s if you're a gambler. Victorio, right side, chopped foul. Burfing in the next level, looking to get out of this frame. And Victorio looking to extend here with 2 outs. Monster looking for a knock with runners at second and third. Ball elevated, the count goes to 3-1. And a ball low and out. Victorio gets on board with a walk. Free ride 90 feet down to first, and a visit out to the mound from the head coach from Next Level as Dylan Mercado will step in with the bases loaded. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So a pitching change here for Next Level. Peyton will step off. Nice job to get things started for his club. As a pitching change will take place, we'll get you a player number here, number 42. And I'll get that player for you here in just a second. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So Ezra Smiley will take over. Right-hander for Next Level, get some warm-up tosses, and Dylan Mercado will face him for the first time. It's a 2-2 tie. Prospects with the bases loaded here. We're in the bottom of the second. Aaron Ramirez was able to strike with the bases loaded, was able to get two across an RBI single, and brought us to a 2-2 tie. That's where we're at thus far. Victorio on with a walk. And, of course, catching, they'll run for him, and Fuller over on the first base side. So our head umpire will put it in play. We're ready to go. Smiley on the mound. Mercado in the box. And a strike there. The count is 0-1. And a ball out, a 1-1 count. As Smiley runs it outside, and Mercado not biting there. And a ball low, broken play there, coming in quickly. And across the plate there, and Cohen Fuller will score from third on a pass ball. And the Prospects will move ahead here at 3-2. And runners at second and third. A 2-1 count to Mercado at the plate. And chop foul there, and the count evens up at 2-2. Mercado, a solid player. Getting some work in with the CT American team this weekend, as well as others that are new names to the roster. Pitch on the way, and a good stop at the plate. And the count is 3-2. So Ezra Smiley in a little bit of trouble here at a full count. And elevated ball 4. That ball is live and good speed. And so Ramirez able to come over. And the 4th run. And runners at the corners. Kenneth Sheff steps in. Mercado at first. Toss over. And calling a balk. And a balk was called on the infield. I believe that's what the call was because the throw over, so the runner goes back to third, which that makes sense there. And so he did call a balk. So let's get some clarification there. And head coach trying to consult here.
Run on third didn't move either.
Yeah.
So only one runner advanced.
So it looks like an unusual call there. I thought it was a balk. It was not. It was actually obstruction over on the first base side from the first baseman. So runners at second and third, and Cannon Sheff ready to go. And the ball's down. A 2-0 count to Cannon Sheff. And a strike there. So the adjustment made for Ezra. Smiley gets the outer third. The count goes to 2-1. And a well-hit ball, and right to the shortstop. Didn't have to move, elevated a bit, but got a little piece of it. And Michael will take care of that. They get the third out. But the prospects, Ramirez with a good single, able to bring 2 over. We went to 4-2. And the prospects will get back on the defensive side. Stay with us. They lead this one. We'll head to the third. 2025 perfect game. Avalanche Slam, 16U division here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be right back. Well, bringing you back into live action. We're ready to roll. Top of the order. Miguel will step in. Shortstop making the third out. Marquez ready to go. Opens up with the ball. The count is 1-0. And a 2-0 count. And a strike there. Jason makes the adjustment. Puts one on the boards. The count goes to 2-1. And a ball's chopped foul. And the count goes even to 2-2. And swing and a miss, strike three. Marquez dealing here today. Good command at the plate. Jason doing a good job for the prospect so far. Top of the order. Two-hitter will step in. Harris steps in, center fielder. And a cut there. The count is 0-1. And a ball cut foul, long way, left fielder and out of territory, just in the foul area. Right towards the cut of grass, no play there. And Harris will step back in. Count is a ball and 2 strikes. Marquez here with 1 out. Time is called. Harris will step out. And a 2-2 count. Ball cut foul right back off of the concrete. Got a videographer here working for us this day today, and right straight back towards him, and he's deciding to relocate his spot after a foul straight back behind home plate. Ball actually ricocheted off of the concrete and went right back to Victorio's glove. The 2-2 pitch. Right side foul. Good idea for Harris, so he pulls it foul and out of play. Okay, shaking off. Harris steps out, granted at the box. Not always required. We've seen umpires not do that. Players step out and pitch thrown, and even to the point where the strike is called. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Fastball. Marquez gets an elevated pitch on the outer third and gets the K there. So back-to-back Ks for Jason Marquez, pitching a good one here. And Martinez will step in. Martinez comes in as the extra hitter. Hitting here in the 3 spot. with 2 outs in the top of the third. And a ball elevated. The count is 1-0. And change up there, good pitch. Martinez out early there on the swing. And the count goes to 1-1. And good pitch there. So Marquez locating. And here ahead of the count at a ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the third. The 1-2 pitch. And a well-hit ball in the gap. A good poke there. That'll be in for extras. And on his way, Martinez, and a 1-2 count, finds himself in with a double. So a well-hit ball for Martinez, and finds himself at second base. So the batter, Mateo Ledesma, will step in. Hitting in the 4 spot. And a ball just missing out. The count goes to 1-0. A 2-0 count. Marquez working behind here. Ramirez for the prospects, shortstop, in tight on the runner Martinez. He'll range back up and pitch out. The count goes to 3-0.
All the way back, Jay. Nobody hurt. Let's go.
So Marquez, 4-pitch walk after back-to-back strikeouts. And runners at first and second, and Coach Eric Ortiz will make a visit to the mound. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Now bringing you back into live action here. Runners at first and second with 2 outs, and Marquez looking to get the third one here. Stepping in the 5-hitter, Knuckles. Takes a cut, fouled off. The count is 0-1. And a ball elevated on the fastball. The count evens up at 1-1. Chopper, second baseman, should be a routine play across the deck, and it is. So well executed, but they'll leave 2 on the bags, the prospects, and Marquez will get out of this one. And we'll head to the bottom of the third frame. Prospects leading this 4-2 over Next Level The 16U 2025 Perfect Game Avalanche Slam here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're at the Arroyo Grande Baseball Complex. Sunshine, blue skies, perfect winter day here in the desert. We'll be right back. And bringing you back into live action here as Smiley takes another warm-up toss. We'll be ready to go. Coach Trey head down to first base side for the prospects, and stepping in, Jack Wennis will be ready to go. Correction, Jesse Maddox. My apologies there. On deck, Daniel Bedard. Maddox ready to go. And a ball missing out. The count goes to 1-0. And a 2-0 count. So 3-0 count here to Jesse Maddox. And a 4-pitch walk. Maddox will get on board 90 feet down to first, and that'll bring up Daniel Bedard. D, along with other members of the ZT Prospects organization, freshman in high school this year, and D and his guys getting some winter ball in, getting some reps, because they're not in season yet in Houston, Texas. As Maddox over at first, and Bedard looks at a strike. The count is 0-1. And D takes a cut, fouls it off, and the count goes to 0-2. And an opportunity a couple weekends back for the ZT, maybe perhaps the first annual and tennis tournament. D's father, Tassir. And strike 3 called there on an elevated pitch. Looked like that might have been a ball, but a strike called. And 1 out on the books, and Anthony Adame will step in, as I mentioned. Tassir, Texas A&M graduate, and CEO, ZT Corporate, and putting a lot into baseball and the ZT Baseball organization. Played some great tennis in California a few weeks back. Had an opportunity to walk on at A&M and play some tennis at the collegiate level, and still loves the game. So we'll get a chance to catch up with him throughout this weekend. So Adame looking for a knock here. Maddox at first, and the count goes to 2-0. Anthony with good speed once he gets on board. And a strikeout. And Anthony, the big cut there, that's foul. Straight back. Oh, and the timing on the car couldn't have been any better for the guy. He missed it by that much. There was a vehicle behind us that were on the lower level of the ball field, and there was a car driving by, and the foul ball there was literally inches away from hitting the car. So a little bit of excitement here with Adame's at bat. It's a 2-2 count, runner on the move, and Jesse will find himself at second. He'll move up 90 feet in a ball at the plate. So Maddox at second, Adame with one out on the books. Pitch on the way. Ball's out, ball four. So good speed, and Adame will get on board at the bottom of the third here. And Anthony, disciplined at the plate, finds himself down to first, and that'll bring up Victor Reyes. So the prospects with one out in the bottom of the third here, knocking on the door again with Maddox at second, Adame at first. Ezra takes a good look, pitch on the way. And a strike there, the count is 0-1. And a ball there, and the count goes to 1-1. So a good look here from the pitcher batter. There's that first and second. And a throw back to second. Maddox gets back. You get a brighter look here from the angle we're at with our other camera. Like the darker color there. And Victor left side, that ball is pulled foul. It's interesting how you can see the difference with the lighting, and certainly it looks like our grass is nice and bright green on this shot and a little bit darker on the other. Just happens to be the shading. And they'll bring that foul ball back in, and Victor will be ready to go. And a big cut there. And that'll do it for Victor Reyes. He'll have a seat, and Smiley will get the K. Stepping in, Jack Winus. Jack with an opportunity here. Like to try to extend the inning with 2 outs. Adame at first and Maddox at second. Another throw back to second. as we're keeping busy over there. And go. At short ranges back up. Hard hit ball. That gets through. Rounding hard on third. It's going to be a long throw, a good throw in, and not in time. At second's going to have to get down, and good running there. So Jack finds himself on board with a double and an RBI. So the Prospects will pick up their fifth here. And some solid base running. A good throw in from left field. Strong arm out there in left. And that'll bring up Cohen Fuller, but not able to convert it at home plate. And Adame's at third now with minutes over at second. Jack, the double and the RBI. Ball's chopped foul. Coach Carlos used to have good hands. You can see that he's aging now. You can see that in his look, and of course not able to handle that bouncer. He has a smile on his face, enjoying this tournament this weekend here in Las Vegas, the 2025 Perfect Game Avalanche. Hard hit ball back up the middle. Cohen Fuller, here comes Adame. And Jack behind him, so like that. Cohen Fuller, single and a two-run RBI. And he'll clear the bases out there, and the runs 6 and 7 come over. And Jason Marquez, the pitcher of record, the starter, will step in here with 2 outs. So the Prospects in the second did most of their production work, excuse me, with 2 outs. They're getting good work with 2 outs on the board so far. And a big cut at the plate. Ezra gets that through, so Smiley will work ahead. The count is 0-1. And cut foul right to the dugout over on the next level side. And Smiley ahead in the count here at 0-2. Pitcher versus pitcher. And Fuller at second. Correction at first, and that ball's elevated, and the count goes to 1-2. Throw back over to the first base side. Rubido over at first now. Puts the tag on, and Fuller back in time. And that ball gets away. Fuller on the move. Just outside of the glove there, just off the edge. And Baca able to recover, but Fuller was on his way to second. The count evens up at 2-2 at the plate. So Marquez, a full count here with 2 outs. And a ball cut foul and out of play. Jaston staying active here in the box. The good cut fouls it off. And a full count holds here. Fuller at second. Miguel, the shortstop, on the base. Pitch on the way. And ball cut foul to the right side and out of play. So Jason staying productive with his swing. Just trying to straighten things out a bit, find himself on board. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Prospects adding on. It's a 7-2 affair. Fuller was able to pick up a couple on a well-hit single, a long single for him. But runners were able to clear it second and third. As Marquez steps back in here with a full count. Smiley ready to deal. Takes a look at second. Bags are cleared on the move. And strike 3 called. Jay gets caught looking, and Fuller was on the move, but Ezra with the pitch gets the strikeout. We'll head to the fourth. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Yeah, and bringing you back into live action, Jason Marquez will continue on here in the fourth as Victorio sends it down to second. So Marquez ready to go here as the 6, 7, 8 hitters. The catcher Baca will step in. Jake ready to go. And a ball swung on foul. Cannon Chef over at first base, rolls off, no option there for him. And the count is 0-1 for Marquez. And a ball just missing, elevated and out. And the count evens up at 1-1. Marquez pitching a good one so far. Jason, solid pitcher, showing his stuff today. And cut foul there, and the count goes to 1-2. Jason plays with the national team as well. As I mentioned, Coach Carlos, Coach Eric, Trey, and his staff with the American team gets an opportunity to look at different players prior to the 26 season. And strike 3 there. Marquez continues to roll, and good work there as Baca will have a seat. And Peynado will step in. Ball elevated, the count goes to 1-0. Peynado has faced Marquez already, and Jason got him his latest at bat on a K. And a 2-0 count. So working behind here. With 1 out in the top of the fourth, if you're just joining us, 7-2 Prospects. Game number 1, they got the early bird shift here this morning, started at 8 a.m. We're closing in about 20 minutes before the hour of 10 a.m. here on the West Coast. And a good pitch inside gets the strike. And the count goes to 2-1. They'll play back-to-back here. They'll play a 10 o'clock game. And a ball low, 3-1 count. And ball's elevated inside, so Marquez with a walk. Issued to Peynado, the 7-hitter. And Liam Baca, brother of Jake, will step in. And a strike there to open up. The count is 0-1. So Peynado at first, Chef holding him on. Chef over at first base. And good pitch there, swing and a miss for Liam, and the count goes to 0-2. Marquez working from the stretch, looking over at first base. Peynado with a decent lead, throws back over. Chef slaps the tag on. So obstruction called. We'll move the runner up 90 feet to second. Over on the throw, pitch on the way. Good pitch there. And strike 3 called. So Marquez answers back, and with a well located on the outer third. And 2 down for Marquez and the prospects. Longbotham will step in, hitting in the 9 spot. Last at bat, he got a triple. That was the first inning circus play, for a better way to state it, but lots of sunshine early and a couple of miscues on bringing the ball in. Ended up picking up a couple of runs. He ended up at third. And a good pitch there, swing and a miss on the changeup. The count goes to 1-1. As I mentioned, beautiful weather out here following the Thanksgiving break, and now we're headed to the next big holiday of the year, and Christmas. And a strike called there. Wishing everybody a happy holiday season, as this will be our last broadcast for the 2025 season as we wrap things up here with this winter ball tournament in Vegas. Pitch on the way. And ball's outside, and the count goes even to 2-2. So a 2-2 count, says our head umpire. Doing a nice job for perfect game. He and his partner, Ron and Mark, working together. And we're looking at 2s one more time. Ball's elevated. The count goes to 3-2. And a ball's cut foul to the right side. And upstairs, swing and a miss. That'll do it. They'll leave one on the bags. And Jason Marquez showing his stuff. The prospects will head to the bottom of the 4th. They lead this one 7-2. Stay with us. You're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game Slam tournament here, a big one for this time of year. The Avalanche Slam. Chris Aller with the call. Be right back. Well, bringing you back into live action, we're ready to go. Back to the top of the order, Aaron Ramirez, who's had a productive game so far, and the prospects will be ready to roll here in the bottom of the fourth frame, leading this one 7-2. Ramirez, left side, cuts it foul, and that ball will go out of play. The count is 0-1 to Aaron Ramirez. As mentioned, Ramirez out of Houston, his father Ray coaching the ZT organization as well out in Houston. And working with Donnie, and a hard hit ball, and that ball just outside of the reach of the second baseman. And Ramirez going for extras. He's going to have to get down, and in time, Ramirez in with the double. So Ramirez stays hot at the plate and finds himself with a leadoff double. And Mateo Victorio will step in. So I started to mention his father, Ray, coaching Donnie Elbadar's high school team in Houston, and Ray, ambassador to the game and representing the ZT brand, and now working at the high school level. So Victorio will step in with good speed at second. And Victorio will step in. This is a new batter and a new count, so there's no count here. Ramirez was the leadoff hitter, and I think the umpire just wanted to double check that, and Victorio will step in. And Mateo takes a cut, fouls it straight back. And the count is 0-1. And a good stop at the plate there for Baca. correction, Dixon behind the plate now. Buster catching for Jake Baca. The Baca brothers. Liam is right fielder for them. And the count is 1-1 to Victorio. Miguel shortstop ranges back up, and the count goes to 2-1. So Ramirez is a threat at second. He's got good speed. And Victorio, a line drive anywhere is going to probably bring him over. And that ball gets away. Ramirez will stand up on his way to third. And the count is 3-1. The Victorio staying patient at the plate. We'll take another look here. Pitcher and batter, pitch on the way. And ball 4. So Victorio will on board with a walk. And no outs. And that'll bring in the batter, Dylan Mercado. With runners at the corners here in the bottom of the fourth frame. Victorio on the move, elevated pitch. The count is 1-0. So Victorio moves up 90 feet. Choppers, third baseman. And there's trouble there. That goes all the way to the wall. And rounding is Victorio. Ramirez with his speed comes across as the ball gets away at first and Mercado finds himself on board. And runners at the corners and the prospects will pick up the 8th here as Ramirez scores. Mercado at first, Victorio at third, and Cannon Chef will step in. Runner on the go, no play at second, and Mercado will cruise into second standing up, and a ball at the plate. The count is 1-0. And a good stop there for Dixon behind the plate as Chef looks at ball 2. And a strike there. The count goes to 2-1. So Ezra able to make the adjustment there, puts one on the books, and a 2-1 count here. Bottom of the fourth, 8-2 prospects. Mercado at second, Victorio at third. And a ball low there, and the count goes to 3-1. Well hit ball. That ball's deep. It's got some carry to it. And all the way to the fence. Here comes Victorio. He'll cruise in. Mercado behind him, and they're going to shut it down at third. And like that, a well hit ball. Deep. Cannon Chef finds himself deep in right center. And it gets a 2-run RBI triple. So the prospects will bring over 9 and 10 as they get into double digits here, and that might be short work for Ezra as the coach heads out to the mound to talk to him. And we'll take a moment. Prospects leading this one 10-2. We'll be right back. And bringing you back into live action, Jesse Maddox will step in. Cannon Chef with a triple over at third. And Shallow, second baseman, rolls off, and a good defensive play there and a good grab right off of the second base side. So Jake Baca, Jake started catching for Next Level, and then Busty Dixon came in. And Bedard will step in ready to go. And D lays off. The count is 1-0. So Bedard with Chef at third and one out. And D leaves it there, and the count is 2-0. Bedard looking for a knock. D. One hopper, a little trouble there. We'll have to get to the base quickly, and does so as Bedard down the line. But D will get the RBI. And the Prospects will pick up their 11th as Cannon Chef comes home. So Anthony Adami will step in. Adami showing some very good production here on the offensive side for the club, as well as doing his thing on the defensive side. Adami, as I mentioned, with good speed. He's very fast once he gets on board, a threat. And the count is 1-0. Ezra Next Level looking to get out of this one here with two down. As we're here in the bottom of the fourth. An elevated pitch. The count is 2-0. And Adami takes a look and stays patient as Anthony will step in back here with a 3-0 count. And ball four, so a 4-pitch walk administered there from Ezra, and Adami will head down 90 feet to first, and stepping in will be Victor Rea. Ezra will work from the stretch here with good speed and Adami at first. And a strike there to open up, so Smiley locates, and the count is 0-1. Runner goes, throw down to second, a high throw, and Adami with a good jump will move up 90 feet, stolen bag, and the count is 1-1 at the plate. And a hit by pitch there, so Victor gets on the hard way as that gets away from Ezra. And that'll put two runners on for Jack Wennis. So Jack has demonstrated his skill set so far today. He's had some good work at the plate as well. And a well-hit ball into the gap. That thing's well hit. All the way to the fence line there. Right fielder's got to go quick. Here comes one. And rounding second, and another triple here for the Prospects. So Jack, staying hot today, gets a two-shot, another triple and an RB, two-run RBI. So the Prospects will bring over runs 12 and 13 as they start to open this up on the offensive side. And a visit out to the bump to talk to Ezra. That's probably short work there. Pitching change coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, bringing you back into live action, a good showing for Next Level, and the Prospects. Head coach didn't want to really go through another pitcher. They were one run short of a run rule here, but regardless, outstanding work for both sides. The Prospects American team, they'll take this first one 13-2 as the coaches opt out and decide to shut it down here. And best to the Next Level team and their coaching staff, some good ball players there, and they'll continue on in the tournament. And the Prospects will take this one 13-2, closing it out here. Game number one, the 2025 Perfect Game Avalanche Slam here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Chris Aller with the call. It's always a great one. This is the final one of the 2025 season, Winter Ball, and we'll bring you game number two coming up. For now, Prospects, the 1-0. We'll be back soon. Thank you for joining us.